It's week 3 of the National Football League. And up next is the Texans' speedy running back. He's coming off a banner week. Over 160 yards in that one. It's the Texans and the Jaguars. Next on Madden Football.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 51 back in 2017, we are inside NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Houston Texans. And we are underway from Houston. Taken at the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
That's the ratio you say you're okay with.
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
2 yards to go, second down. Stroud off the play fake. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
The numbers on the ground for ETN last week. 14 carries, 62 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. A give running right, ETN. And he'll work down inside the 45. You look at the defense for these Texans. They played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it.
I might curl up in the fetal position.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't think he's going to do that. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Well, this defense for the Texans, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And Kirk is going to have the Jaguars first down as he'll get it down inside the 25. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. on 1st and 10. It's Etienne. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jags respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start this drive out on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2 yards, good enough for a first. Now they'll go play action here with Stroud. He'll buy some time right. He finds his man, complete. It's Rowe. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw. They went through 2-minute drill, going through all the different situations. He hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Stroud sets up the play action. Touchdown, Texans! From 21 yards away. And the Texans have taken the lead. Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Jacksonville offense gets the ball back. Travis Etienne and company head back out there. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity, that's our bread and butter, that's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to back up.
You turned into a heck of a DB there, partner. They go play action now. Lawrence. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
That's taken on the 25. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
Right back to him on first down. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The Texans at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Here we go, here we go.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 74 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making progress.
17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is indeed good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Josh Allen coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. Here now a 3rd down and 8. Looking to throw Lawrence. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind he hits like a linebacker. We see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Lawrence will throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. On 1st down, right back to ETN. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Now Lawrence. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
The touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. It's a throw again as Lawrence. Screenplay, here's ET, and it's a fumble. And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked through, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now Lawrence. It is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's not quite going to get to the marker. It'll be a gain of 8 on 3rd and 10.
A short gain that doesn't get him the 1st down brings up that 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Taking it about the 1. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Play action. Stroud now. They'll roll him out right. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Loose. And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. From the gun, they'll try to run it. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 37. And his kick is gone. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well.
And he loses the football the second time. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. So it's kind of more of the same offensively. This was a team. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question... down before this ball comes loose, and is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
On second down, a run with ETN. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
But these guys going to chop into that deficit. They have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yards will be found.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were in this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. Taken from just outside the 30. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the Texans will take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 93 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The second down throw now from Stroud. Throwing right, and that's complete. call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4.
One of the things you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Now ETN to start the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a 1st down.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. ETN once more. He can't get him down. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he will have a Jaguars 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Motion man left is Kirk. ETN up the middle. Pushes him over. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Jags are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
ETN will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
We're getting set up for what should be a great 4th quarter. This has been a hard-hitting game because both teams have punched and counter-punched equally well. And here's a good finish to this drive. A touchdown run here late in the 3rd quarter.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Houston set to take over. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Stroud. Out to his left. Finds his man. It's John Mechie. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
And this is one of the toughest parts about being a defensive back. When a play breaks down like this, you're taught to plaster to a receiver. Find the nearest one and adhere yourself to it. But you can only stay with the receiver so long if the play continues to develop. He knows where he's going. You do not.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And same result. He's going to take this just to the line of scrimmage before running into a brick wall.
And he is caught. And he is going to have a Texans first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go.
And Stroud wisely slides down safely after picking up the first down.
A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
And Stroud now to throw.
That is caught inside the 5. Well, they're able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A nice gain of 21 yards.
These guys are running offense with you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, 6th overall. And the Texans are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. That time, a 9-play drive, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Jaguars getting set to go.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the fourth quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Jaguars have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
Up front have created space. You've run through it. You probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
Devon Hamilton with the tackle. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And he is close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 41.
115 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Stroud looks to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. He finds his man, complete. It's Rowe.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good one there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
Good pickup there. Without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
To throw it, Stroud.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
So here now, Lawrence and the Jaguars.
Down by 10, 34 seconds to go. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10.
Throwing now, Lawrence.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Here comes 2nd down. Lawrence.
And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
If this offense can't get it done, they'll think back to just a few plays and say to themselves, this was a winnable game, and we let it get away. Still a chance to save it, but time's definitely running out.
Back to throw, Lawrence.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the side.
And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League. But fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.